Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the Virgo June Horoscope. Okay, it's a bit of a strange month because it's paradoxically busy and also quiet. So what's happening is there's a lot of aspects and influences that are going on. We have a solar eclipse, we have Mercury retrograde, and a whole other lot of planets retrograding at the same time. But when planets retrograde, things do tend to slow down somewhat. And for you, this means that there'll be more time that is needed for self-reflection, because soon you will start preparing for your next cycle, spiritually speaking, coming up to your birthday. So, it is time to maybe slow down a little bit if you can, and to bear all of these other aspects and influences in mind. So let's have a look at these retrogrades, and if you are new, please consider subscribing to my channel. Okay, there are some opportunities regarding your friends and connections I'll talk about in a moment, and also changes in your creativity and perhaps even your romantic life. But regarding these retrogrades and eclipses for the year, you have a solar eclipse on the 10th of June in Gemini, and this is in your 11th house of friends, groups and connections. And you'll see at the top there's Mercury, and 29th of May through to the 22nd of June. Now that little symbol there says Pisces. It's actually Gemini. Pisces and Gemini are very similar, the symbols, so yes, it is in Gemini. And so it's time to, sorry, that was Mercury, and now I'm talking about the solar eclipse. And the solar eclipse involves your groups and connections and friends, and new seeds are being planted to reach out to other people. So there could be progress, change and social reform also on your mind. The effects of a solar eclipse can take place for up to 6 months, so do bear this in mind. But whatever happens, it will involve other people, and you will find new opportunities in life through others opening up to you. I'll talk more about this when we come to do your in-depth horoscope in a moment. And then we have Mercury retrograde from the 29th of May through to the 22nd of June in Gemini in your 10th house of career. So you need to be careful here with how you interpret situations at work, or perhaps regarding your reputation. There could be delays or scheduling adjustments regarding meetings and connections generally. Do watch for misunderstandings at work or online. And there may also be delays in your career if you are waiting to change jobs or get a promotion, for example. Now, we also have Jupiter retrograde from the 20th of June to the 18th of October in Pisces, ending up in Aquarius in your 7th house. And around the same time, we have Neptune retrograding 25th of June to the 1st of December in Pisces, also in your 7th house. So there's, 2 planets retrograding there involving your important partnerships. So there could be some sort of slowdown or a gap or a distance with your partner. Maybe it's an issue regarding a husband or wife, or perhaps even a business partner. So things can slow down. Perhaps you're waiting for a partnership to go to a deeper or committed level, more committed level, but sorry, it just means you'll probably have to wait a little bit longer. Legalities could also slow down. If an offer comes now this month, it's probably not what you were hoping for. Maybe you prefer just to wait and see before taking any further action, and that's okay too. Just remember, with retrograding planets, at some point they're all going to go direct, and when they do, the situation will be somewhat different. So if you make important decisions, you may have to change them or revisit that decision. Okay, so, and the other thing is that there's always a shadow period when the energy is coming on or going off. So people talk a lot about Mercury retrograde because it can cause lots of issues in misunderstandings, and also with technology and with travel especially. But there's that 10 days either side of those dates that you have to consider as well, especially if it's something that's really important. Okay, so Saturn is also retrograding from the 23rd of May through to the 10th of October in Aquarius in your 6th house, and this could bring delays and issues around your everyday habits or regular work. Your work could slow down, so do be prepared. If you're an employee, you probably don't mind so much, but if you are working as a contractor, that might have real effects on your finances, so just bear that in mind. But maybe you need a bit of a break anyway. Your metabolism or general health could be just sort of ho-hum. Doesn't mean you'll get sick or anything like that. You just might feel a bit flat or unmotivated. There's nothing much else there in your 6th house. So, it's probably, if you do feel it, it's probably not really a big thing, You might get more tired than usual, or maybe you just feel like waiting a while before adopting, physical activities or something that's going to, put your body under stress, for example. Okay, it's okay, that's fine. 1st of June. Now let's look at your horoscope. So Indepth, and we'll go to the main board. Actually, before we do that, let's draw these 2 cards. And see what comes out, because the tarot works in very well with the horoscope quite often, and we'll see what we get. Let's go with that one there. Closing my eyes now. A lot of green. I've got green nails. I'm wearing green, but green means growth. Okay, so growth and opportunity. I'm sensing around you Vivacious Virgos for the month of June, and if you're in the northern hemisphere, of course, it's your summertime. Things are growing well. Here in the southern hemisphere, not so much, because we're going into winter. I see a clock also, so all about the timing. Yeah, so timing might become more important for you now for some reason. Okay, so the Justice card is coming up. Justice is sometimes associated here with the 7th house. Okay, so this is a house of partnerships and legalities, and also hidden enemies. You've got Jupiter there and Neptune there as well. So this means that, yes, there's something probably going on there in that area of life for you. This is always about karmic justice, okay? What goes around comes around. But if you do have a legal matter, this is a good energy to have. She must make a decision based on the evidence that she must weigh up. She can't always see all of the evidence, but she does have the ability here and the advantage of this owl on her shoulder, which is actually whispering intuitions into her ear, so she can make the decision and cut away all of the extraneous stuff that goes on and get to the core of the matter to make that decision. Feet are on the ground means being earthly and practical. All that red indicates action. Okay, so there could be some action going on regarding a legal matter or karmic justice, okay, which is the one I really love, because I often see it come back. Sometimes it takes a long time to come back, by the way, but then you hear something, somebody tells you something, and then you've got the news and you know that there is such a thing as karma. Okay, second card for the second half of the month, if you're thinking about timing. Closing my eyes, I see a car. Car's always about you doing things your way, independence, getting out and about, and it's always the person at the wheel. Okay, so, and that seems to be highlighted, that it's you at the wheel of your life. Okay, what are all these little knives? I'm seeing all like 20 knives or 15 knives sort of fanned out here. And it's a bit like, you see in the old days, the magicians, in the old movies, and they throw the knives at the girl on the wheel. That's what I'm seeing. Knives are again about cutting, dissecting, analysing situation, and the wheel of fortune turns. Okay, so you're going to make some decisions about your general life direction, but you're preparing. What's happening here is you're getting ready to prepare for a new cycle. Okay, and that'll be sort of coming up to your birthday. Some people say it's a month. It can be a month either side of your birthday. Other people say it's up to 3 months either side of your birthday. But what I say is it depends on how sensitive you are. Can you feel that change coming in, that new cycle coming in? Let me know in the comments. The card that comes up is the Four of Cups. This is sometimes about a past romance, okay? There could be an element of sadness or disappointment around it, but there's a spiritual connection with this person, and any relationship that happened was meant to happen because of these white roses here in spirit, this spiritual love that exists between you. But what goes on in spirit and what goes on here on the earthly plane can be two different things, because it depends on our level of awareness and also, you know, our will, what our volition is, and the volition of the other person who's involved. Sometimes they're not on the same page as you, believe me. I know. My husband's downstairs. He knows I'm doing this video, so he's playing with the dishes and making noise. So, you know, I don't even get that. But that's what happens sometimes in relationships. You're just not on the same page. Okay, so this is a bit of a mixed bag. Spirit is offering you an opportunity here, and you might find that memories from the past come back in June. But I don't know if you can see there around her head, there are tons and tons of new butterflies, and that does mean new life. So you're moving on with your life, and it's new and it's going to be different. A lot of green here for growth and opportunity, which is what I picked up at the start. Okay, so there we go. Now let's have a look at your horoscope. Alrighty, so we got up to 1st of June to the 26th of June. Venus moves into your 11th house here. This is really fabulous because you could be meeting with lots of new people who share common ideals, okay? And these meetings and these new connections could be very successful in the long run, okay? It is about moving on. You have a very friendly, cooperative attitude, and it will help you meet new people. You need to, and you may want to, socialise now. Parties and other gala events are favoured. Getting together with a group of friends who play music or sing could also bring great happiness to you. 3rd of June to the 7th of June, Mars sextiles your MC. Okay, so this is your general life direction. Sometimes it's involved with your work, and you could be working energetically with a clear objective in mind, advancing your life, okay? It's a great time to ask other people for help because they're likely to help you now. Other people in authority respond favourably to your confidence and your willingness to take a risk or attack a problem in some way. 10th of June to the 13th of June, there's a solar eclipse here in your 11th house of friends, groups and community. And so you may feel a deeper need for community and fellowship with other people. And deepening the closeness between yourself and other people is very worthwhile, okay? Also, cultural events or other group efforts are blessed. 9th of June to the 29th of July sees Mars go into your 12th house here, okay? Now, this is a sort of bit of a tricky one because normally Mars brings a lot of energy and motivation, but in the 12th house, it's hard to get those desires out into the physical world. It's hard to get stuff done when that happens. And so it's a good idea to retreat from confrontation, allow matters to take their own course. Although it's not the best time to actually act, it is a good time to do things where you have to plan and think about it and really sit with spirit in order to, know if that's right for you. It's also a great time to do things that help other people. Selfless work is likely to be the most satisfying avenue for you now, okay? And all of this activity here is slowly working its way around the wheel. So soon, when you're here, you're sort of tying up the loose ends from the past, getting ready to start a new cycle when it gets into your sign. So that's coming. Then we have from the 13th to the 16th of June, the Sun conjuncting Mercury, and this puts a lot of emphasis on communications, conversations, sending and receiving messages. But remember that Mercury is retrograde, so you have to be careful how you do it. Okay, write everything down. If you have a phone call, it's a good idea to back it up with an actual email to make sure you're on the same point. It is a great time to present your ideas and point of view to other people. You have to make sure that you listen to what they say, though, because with Mercury retrograde, things can be misunderstood. If you're buying, selling, or negotiating, do take extra care, but it can still work out quite well. 19th of June to the 22nd of July, Sun in your 11th house here. That's the Sun with a new texture that looks like it's too thick. This brings involvement in clubs and social organisations and other groups. Look, you're shining brightly this month, Vivacious Virgos, so people may ask you to take extra responsibility or perhaps even a leadership role. Okay, they might ask you to keep coming to a group. They want you there. You will enjoy being part of a team or a group effort now. Being part of a community or circle of friends and building your social network is important. 24th of June sees the full moon in your 5th house here. This brings you closer to the world of the child, so that you might have more to do with actual physical children, or it can be your inner child. So there's transformation going on here at the moment, and that can help transform your creativity. You may develop a new hobby or interest. It's time for coming out of your shell and expressing your real desires and feelings. Also, your playful, fun-loving or dramatic side is highlighted. Perhaps you're enjoying sports, games, entertainment and creative activities. And this house here also rules over romance and what I call young love. And so it's possible, if you're looking for someone, you could meet someone special. With Pluto there, it's a bit like birth, death, rebirth. Maybe somebody from the past comes back whilst Mercury is retrograde, maybe an old lover or something like that. That's quite possible too. 26th of June to the 21st of July, Venus moves into your 12th house. So during this time, at the end of the month, you may not feel very sociable. Perhaps you can't be openly affectionate with someone you care about. You may have romantic yearnings for someone who is unavailable, so you need some great discretion about this relationship if that's the case. On the other hand, a friend or a loved one may need you very much. Okay, you may need to care for them in some way, and you might not get any personal enjoyment out of it except for serving them in an unselfish way. I'm feeling like someone's sick, or perhaps a pet. There's a decision to be made about a pet who is advancing in years, or perhaps has illness. Blessings to you if that's the case. 28th of June to, and that's not everyone, by the way, that's just something I'm picking up. Do let me know in the comments if that's you. 28th of June to the 1st of July, Mars sextiles the Sun. You could have a lot of physical drive and energy right now, and you can accomplish a great deal physically. You may be inclined to take the initiative or to strike out on your own. And you're probably going to be successful at whatever you attempt at this time. And it's because you assert yourself in a positive manner. You could even be offered a leadership role too. People see, you're very serious and you can get stuff done. 28th of June to the 28th of July, Saturn trines the sun, and you could be very well organized and have a lot of self-discipline. There's a lot of concentration and dedication to a task, and maybe there's just fewer obstacles than usual into getting stuff done. Okay, so you can get a tremendous amount of work done. It's also a time for sustained effort and dedication. And your progress is likely to be solid and steady. Okay, so this is about strengthening your position in life generally, and you're relatively undistracted. Okay, so that's, very favorable for establishing a solid foundation. And I'm just picking up something to do with housing. Perhaps you're interested in building a house or a renovation, or looking at buying a house. That might be on the cards for some people. Okay, so that's your horoscope. I'll just make it a little bit bigger so you could see. I should have done that at the start. Do bear in mind these cards, the Four of Cups and also the Justice card. So to sum up, your horoscope indicates that it's a great month for helping other people. You're likely to meet new connections, new friends, or have something to do with groups or community. And there's creative transformation going on. You might develop a new hobby, or perhaps there's a romance on the cards. Okay, so that's your horoscope. I'm just going to close my eyes now and see what I can see for you. Vivacious Virgos, what do I see? Yes, the moon is here and it's in the waning stage, which means it's getting smaller and smaller, but it's traveling very fast, and then it's getting bigger and bigger to go into the new cycle. So you're if you're interested in numerology, you'd be at the 9 stage. Now it's like the end of the cycle, preparing to let stuff go, completing things, tying up loose ends, and then you'll go into the 0 stage where you'll be in limbo. And of course, none of these sort of boundaries, when I talk about 9 and I talk about 0 and then 1, the new beginning coming, they sort of, the energies flow between the boundaries. The boundaries are very porous, so some parts of your life will already be in 0 and some parts of your life may already be in the 1, the new cycle start. But the bulk of your energy is about getting ready to start a new cycle in a few months, okay, around your birthday. Okay, anything else? They're showing me a whole piles of coins coming up. This is all your energy. You need a little break to amass your energy, okay? Get your energy ready, because I feel like you're going to have quite a busy year coming up in this next cycle. And so it's going to be important for you to do some time management and have lots of rest so that you can have lots of energy in order to start anew. Okay, and then I'm on another planet. I don't know which planet it is, but I see it's like it must be the moon. Sorry, it's a moon. The lunar module with the foot, it's landed and the feet are on the lunar soil. It's more like dust than soil. And I feel, that there's this energy about your subconscious, things coming into contact with your subconscious more and more. Okay, so you could be feeling more highly perceptive or more intuitive. Okay, your psychic ability could be improving, and there might also be some new things to do with your mother, okay, or women in general perhaps. Okay, so that's it, Vivacious Virgos. I hope that's helpful. Please let me know. If you could leave a like, that would be fabulous, or share on your socials, that would also be fabulous. I'd really appreciate that. If you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell. But have a wonderful month, everyone, and I shall see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.